Hey everyone, what up? Matt Kaiser here. With Koei Tecmo and Gust unveiling the Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy Deluxe Pack and it releasing for this year, I thought I'd do my best to inform you on 10 important things that you need to know about it. So, if you'd like to stay up to date with all future Atelier content, then by all means, like a video, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and hit the bell notification icon if you want more Atelier content from yours truly. With that said, here are 10 things you need to know about the Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy Deluxe. Number 1. Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy. Now, for a quick refresher for those of you who may not know or who may have forgotten a bit, the Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy is one of the more recent sub-series of games within the long-running Atelier franchise, beginning with the first one, that being Atelier Ryza Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout in 2019, which followed the main character, that being Rosalind Stout, who goes by Ryza, and she becomes an alchemist and embarks on a journey of discovery, alchemy, and battles. And this would eventually spawn into 2 sequels, with Atelier Ryza 2, Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy in 2021, and then later Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key in 2023. And if you can notice, this is currently the only Atelier subseries where it just revolves on one major protagonist for all 3 games, opposed to others that centers on multiple protagonists. The trilogy themselves have been well received, and recently, the Ryza series as a whole has sold 2.5 million copies, which really is impressive for Atelier as a whole. Number 2. What are the DX versions? Now, the DX versions are essentially the definitive versions of Atelier games. Much like on how Kingdom Hearts has Final Mix, Persona has FES, Golden or Royal, and it's been a thing for the past subsequent releases of prior Atelier games, ever since the Island Trilogy and all the way up to the Mysterious Trilogy. With the DX versions, they offer new things like brand new content in terms of characters, stories, and new DLCs added in the games. And it seems from what we're seeing, Ryza's will be no different. Number 3. New playable characters. Now, as mentioned, Atelier DXs normally provide new playable characters, and with the Ryza trilogy, it's no different here, as we got multiple. For the first game, we got 3 new playable characters, in the form of Agatha Harmon, Kilo Shyness, and Romy Vogel. And as for the second game, we got both Empel and Lila playable. And then for the final game in the trilogy, we got Clifford Diswell, Zoe Glaus, and a returning Kilo for this playable one. So expect to look forward to their own gameplay styles, as well as always with the Ryza trilogy. Special fatal drives. Number 4. Additional stories and maps. And with new playable characters also comes with the addition of new stories and maps. With Ryza 1 DX, it will provide 2 new additional stories, with one centered on Kilo and Bose, and the other one being an after-story epilogue that actually takes place after the events of Ryza 1 and before the events of Ryza 2. As for the second game, it provides an additional story for both Empel and Lila together, as well as also having a brand new cave and map ruins, so for both characters can explore now. And lastly, with Ryza 3 DX, it will provide a new additional story for both Clifford and Siri, as well as a new map called the Solitary Grace Island. So you will have the freedom and opportunity to interact with these new playable characters in various stories, as well as to explore 2 new areas to your heart's content. Number 5. Additional content including DLCs will be added. As always, the DX versions will also have all the previous DLC from the original 3 games integrated, which will include things like swimsuit costumes, photo mode, which is a plus, stylish weapon skins, additional stories, additional recipes, extra maps, and a huge variety of background music. So you'll be lucky to receive everything that the previous games offered into this whole new collection. Number 6. New features exclusive from DX. Now, DX will also include 2 new features and improvements, most notably from the sequels, that being Ryza 2 and Ryza 3. With Ryza 2 DX, Fee will follow Ryza and support your adventure. When exploring for ruins, it will expand the area, showing the sensor map, make it easier to find important clues. Not only that, but it will also restore a small portion of Ryza and a friend's HP after each battle. And as for the final game, Wind Beasts will have the ability to overgather materials, especially for synthesis, as you will bustle through Ryza 3's open field, which should definitely come in handy. Number 7. Other quality life features. Now, Atelier Ryza Secret DX Trilogy will also offer a bunch of quality life features. One instance is the custom combat mode, where you can choose a level and combination of monsters and head into battle, having the option to enjoy battles with the freedom to specify through monsters' actions, increase gauge amounts, and slow down time to watch the battle sequences, and more play on how you would like to play. There are also things like some really very fancy and quite swanky tuxedo and dress costumes with different colors for each game, among also other things like increased storage for basket and container, additional graphic options, basket capacity that will be shown in the field UI, and of course, improved controls for both spirit beasts and improved minimap visibility. Number 8. Save data bonuses. The Atelier Ryza DX Trilogy will also offer save data bonuses. Now, if you have system data from the original Secret games or even the DX versions, you'll be able to receive bonuses of useful items, especially for the early stages of the game. Though, however, do note that the required system data and bonus items will differ for each DX title, as also the save data bonuses are obtained by playing Atelier Ryza DX, 2DX, and 3DX on a console where the system of each title is stored. Number 9. Platforms. Speaking of platforms, Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy Deluxe will be available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC via Steam. However, it will be all digital here in the West, while Japan will get physical versions. So if you want, you may have to go to PlayAsia to import physical versions. Another fact is that this actually makes it the very first Atelier release to be native for the Switch 2, among also that Ryza 1 is officially getting a native PS5 version among its 2 sequels that already got one. Now, it's also important to know that you can't really upgrade the base versions of these games to the DX versions, let alone transfer your save data, trophies, and DLC from them to the deluxe version. And while this game is also for Nintendo Switch 2 and the original Switch 1, and while the game content in those 2 versions are basically the same, it's not really compatible to save your data from the Switch 1 to transfer it to the Switch 2, which, yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. However, if you do get the PS4 version of this game, you can be able to get the PS5 digital version for free. Also, hey everyone, Editor Kaiser here. When making this video, it's also confirmed that the same month that these versions are releasing, the original Ryza games will sadly get delisted off digital storefronts, so yeah. Anyway, with that said, let's get back to the video and to the final point. Number 10. Release date. Now, Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy Deluxe will release on 13th of November 2025 worldwide, which really gives some good space, especially after the release of Atelier Ryza Red and White, which is coming this September 27th. So, if you're willing to sink some time for some Ryza goodness within the holidays, then really, there's no better time and opportunity to do so. And that, my friends, is 10 things you need to know about the Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy Deluxe. Whether it's for people who play the base games or even never touched the Ryza series, there's something here worth coming for this collection alone. And with that said, that'll be it for me. Let me know of what you guys think about this collection. Are you guys going to get it? Whether you're a Ryza fan or new to the Atelier series, let me know down in the comments. And special thanks to my patrons, and Mad Kaiser out.